Hello guys and welcome to another legendary stream right here on Twitch. Exile, congratulations on being first, I guess, and Dogmaster, welcome in. Welcome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and hope you all have an amazing freaking Friday so far. Thank you so much for tuning in, and today we are finally back with the regular Friday games. So Control and Void Train, this will be super hype. But before we get into that, it's also in the title, tomorrow's stream starting later. I really don't know when exactly. I hope at around like 10 p.m. latest. So we have like 5 hours. We'll definitely be doing Craft Mine. Just to continue that a little bit. And yeah, it'll be awesome. So yeah, tomorrow's stream will be a little later, and then for one last time, I'll have the competition next week. So next week Friday is going to be later, and next week Saturday is going to be later. I'll let you guys know about the rough estimates, but there will be streams. They're just going to be later, and slightly more late night, but it will be whatever. Because after that, I will not do any more competitions. I'm so done. Nothing bothers me more right now. This might be a luxury issue. I don't care if that is, but honestly, nothing bothers me more than something breaking my consistency. Over 5 years, I stream every single week, and then these freaking competitions mess my schedule up. It's just like annoying. It's just annoying. Especially now that Twitch officially rolled out the watch streak thing for every freaking channel. I think it's really important. Why is the chat not showing properly here? That's my question. Noah, welcome in. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Let me refresh the chat. Does that do anything? Okay, I'm not quite sure why the chat is not working here. Turn it off. Turn it on. Refresh. Okay, whatever. We'll figure it out. I obviously throughout the week was recording quite a lot of stuff for Advancedly, and then I need to have chat and facecam and everything off, which is why I still had it off and nothing showed yet. But welcome in. Hope you all are doing absolutely fantastic. Dogmaster, good luck in school. You got my third ever 100 PP play in Ozu yesterday, and that was absolutely the most random thing ever. What does PP stand for again? Oh yeah, we're gonna look at the clip. Before we get into things, scary code, I wanted to give a bit of an update on Advancedly because I've actually been doing quite a lot of things, especially quite a lot of optimization. Oh, performance points, let's see. Oh yeah, nice, and the chat works now. So basically, while I was kind of working on Advancedly, or like the release video, I've realized that actually I kind of have so many small things that I need to optimize. Because like with the release video, I just kind of touch every small little feature of the tracker again and pay more attention to every little detail than I could have ever done before. And so while I was working on the video, the tracker has already undergone like 20 different updates. So I kind of want to show what is new. I want to work on a small little setting update on stream here, so you guys just kind of see how the update process works, and then we'll get into the games. We'll even extend the stream today a little bit, because like tomorrow will be shorter, so we can go like half an hour, an hour overtime maybe. We'll see. And thank you, Noah, for the clip. Appreciate it. Let's quickly look at that. Bang. Okay.
That's why the Magic Flute Troupe decided to halt future performances of Children from the Snowfield. Let me check my notes.
Dude.
Aside from diving into the sewers for further investigation, this is the only lead we have now. You just gave me an idea. If Children from the Snowfield holds great sentimental value for purposes
painless push of his
This is crazy. I'm constantly just looking at the percentage down here. That's so impressive. Menno stream in the background? I see. That makes sense.
That's random.
Clean, dude. Clean, mate.
Came straight to us this time.
106. I don't know how those are calculated. 106 is crazy. You were on like 99% accuracy at the very beginning. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Lost a bit there at the, towards the end, but holy. I wish I could like analyze this better. I'm just trying to sound smart, but this is insane. 106, yeah. Wow. Wow. Wait, you literally just got it. Okay. 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 Wowzers. Thank you for sharing that. And now I want to swiftly show you guys where we are at. Oh, you posted it? Now you got it yesterday. Oh, I see. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, Advancedly is linked on top of the chat. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, go grab it. It's the best freaking tool. I'm still in the middle of getting the release video. It all takes so long because uni is just stretching everything. I wouldn't like I'm doing well in terms of uni stuff, but it's just like it pushes all the fun work that is for YouTube and Twitch just kind of away into the very, very late night. For example, I mean, I spent like the entire Wednesday working on the tracker or like the release video, but yeah, for example, the entire day yesterday, all the way up to like 3 a.m., I just did uni stuff to kind of balance it out again. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. But whatever. We are gonna quickly implement a small setting. I'll show you guys exactly what I've added since the release, since I've last given an update. But basically what I want to do, just to show this real quick, what I want to do right now, before I show what is fully new, this spacing right here, between the text and the next goal, right? It was a little too much, I would say. For me personally, it's hard to see here. Maybe I should go like, so I'm in general just working on like a lot of visual implementations, a lot of visual things that might be adjustable. So you can see like this gap here used to be bigger. I've currently set it to be 8. I'm just gonna do wait, I'm gonna go and show you guys with the advancements. It's gonna make it the easiest. So let's take it for the trackable categories section. So trackable categories, those are advancements and statistics. So if I were to set this like 32, right? And we just restart this, then you guys can kind of see it doesn't, I don't know. I don't like it too much. But the best thing is, as a developer, just leave it up to the user. So if anyone prefers a bigger gap here, then they should have it. So basically, I want to turn this value right here. It exists in 4 places. I want to turn this value into a setting that you can adjust. Into a setting, just like a slider, right? And that's easy enough, I would say. So that's what we're gonna do right now. And I've already started working on this. It should be very, very quick. I'm gonna switch this back to 8, and I'm gonna just show you guys what we're on to after that, just to give a full update on the tracker, because I've not shown anything last week, but I have been working on it, because especially while I was going through the video, as I said, I kind of found more and more things that I wanted to optimize. And so the video will be a little inconsistent because I'm literally recording the video while I'm updating so many things in the tracker. It's kind of the problem when you're making a video on something that you're developing yourself. But We'll get there, we'll get there. I'm like pretty close to being done in terms of recording everything. Then I have to do the voiceovers, and then things will be quick anyways. For 3 hours, just watched 3 hours, 3 YouTube tutorials, and both ChatGPT and Gemini asked Mena to help me figure it out. Just forget my math notebook at home. How? Okay, well, what kind of math stuff is it that it's that tricky? You can definitely always ask me as well if I can help. But as of recent, I've not run into any issues that I couldn't get it solved with Gemini. Oh, okay, that's more understandable. That is more difficult. But did you get it done? It sounds like you got it done. Let's freaking go! While we're doing this, just driving left. Oh my god, you got this, okay? You got this! Come on! Yeah, good, Noah. Good job, good job. Hey, you got it done. You got it done. And I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. But yeah, you did the right thing. Just, using help. And that is really important. Not trying to completely freak out. Especially asking Menno as well is huge. So, basically, what I now need to do is we're gonna go into settings utils. So I've already added it to here. Default tracker vertical spacing. I'm gonna keep it as 8 pixels. And I've also added it to here already, because that is very, very important, as that's basically the box. This app settings is basically every single setting that the tracker has, everything, is in this box, and we're passing this box around, and every function can modify out of this box. It's basically how C++ programming works, that you modify, you pass the box around and you modify within the box, and not the value. Like you don't pass this value around directly, but you pass around the box and then modify the value inside the box. So it's like globally changed. Super convenient. Anyways, we're gonna go into, where is it? Here, settings utils, and then here we have a function called rSettings different. No, I don't have that in here. I have that in settings itself. I'm stupid. rSettings different right here, and this basically compares 2 different settings. And how this works is this function basically detects whether changes have been made within the settings menu. Any small little thing that isn't moving a window around or resizing a window, anything else is like, if this and this is different, so it's not 0, so basically if anything is different from when you last saved the settings, this function, as it's a boolean, will return false, because then it's not going to be different, and then it's going to be different. No, it's going to return true. I'm stupid, of course, because the true is in here. So if the settings are different, then it's going to return true, otherwise false, obviously. There we go. And we need to add that here. So we're just going to go with where we have the tracker spacing. Custom width enabled. I'm going to put it below the stat cycle speeds. And so we basically can access it through this arrow. Tracker vertical spacing. If it's not equal to tracker vertical spacing, and we just this or that or that or that, and it all leads to this return true if any of this. Yeah. Perfect. That way changes will be detected. I don't think a restart is going to be necessary for this. So if you change the vertical distance between the goals, I don't think you'll have to restart the tracker for it to take effect. But that's actually something I'll have to figure out now, because otherwise we'll have to display a warning for that to make it a little more user-friendly. And then we're also going to go to settings, set defaults. This is the most important function where we'll have the default values. We're going to go right here, settings, tracker, vertical spacing, default tracker, vertical spacing. And this is the default of the 8 pixels that we set. Perfect. Then we obviously need to load the settings right in here. And this will be very important because this function basically makes sure that if your settings file gets completely corrupted, so if this settings file, you can literally delete anything in this file and it will get replaced properly. So this file could be empty, you could rename it, you could mess it up, it will create a new settings.json file and just, it will warn you that it did that, but basically, if you mess up anything here, it will basically reset to default settings, and it will create a completely new and fresh settings file. So even if your settings get corrupted, you'll get set back to default, which is basically what it does here. And then it also sets the default we're used to true. We're just gonna go to, where do we have the overlay text color? I'm gonna put it below that. Put it here. Bang. Tracker vertical spacing. Defaults were used as part of the visual settings. Good. Stay out, guys. And then, this shouldn't take super long. We now just need to add this to the else block as well. Right in here, when the default were used for visual settings, we need to add that here. And everything is good. So that loads the defaults, but the actual replacing is in the settings save. Those obviously go hand in hand, and we have overlay text color. So I'm just going to put that right here. So this deletes the object from within the JSON and adds it back with the correct value that is from the settings. That way it gets saved. Let's reformat this. Okay. All right, background path, that should be fine. And obviously, an important thing is that I always want to update this tooltip that basically mentions like all the default settings. This is the tooltip for the reset to defaults button. That is at the very bottom. And before that, though, we are going to add the vertical spacing back right before, and this is already going to spoil one of the new features because I've added a lot of this customizability. Where is it? Where is it? Debug settings. Custom section item width. That is something new, and I want to basically add it right above it. Bang. The very gap in pixels between rows of items in the tracker window. I'm gonna do this for all sections. And then we're gonna have the default value right there. Beautiful. I don't think a restart is gonna be needed for this. We're gonna figure that out right now. Max, I don't know how high do you want to go? Minimum 0, that makes sense. Speed 0.5 doesn't make sense. We're gonna make it a 1, and we're gonna 1024 if you want to go ballistic. I don't know why you would want to go that high, but it's my tracker, and I want to give people the option to go as crazy as they want. For whatever reason, if you want to go higher, like, yeah. Have 1,000 space. And we can try that out. It'd be funny. Okay. Good. And then we just need to add the hover text and implement the functionality. Then we're already done. I really thought this would be a fun thing to quickly do on stream, because this will be the perfect transition into showing exactly what I've done since the last time. So what are we adding? We are adding tracker vertical spacing above here. Bang. And that should be good. Some background. Shouldn't this be like a vertical spacing? Where is it? I'll have to check if this is where I want it to be. And then we are just gonna actually get to the functionality. This should be really easy because I already showed this part. We have this 4 times, so I'm just gonna take this, and instead of setting it to 8, we are gonna set it to be settings, tracker vertical spacing, the auto completion is perfect. And I'm just going to copy this entire thing instead. I'm going to replace it 3 times, and I can leave the comment there. That's it. That's the functionality integrated. I just want to see the hover text now. You can drive to me. Oh my god. No, that would be hype. A fan meetup? That would be so hype. Oh my god. You're invited. You've probably already figured out where I lived. Beautiful. There's the setting, but the defaults should be above the widths. I didn't put that anywhere. I'm gonna put it below everything's just above print debug to console. That's what we're gonna do. So we raise this above print debug to console, and it's gonna be this has to go above print debug to console. Job goes to hair. You're the first one to notice. It's like crazy. Yeah, I got annoyed and decided, especially with the upcoming competition, it just looks nicer. My final competition, I just want to not look terrible with my crazy long hair. Because the main problem with that hair was that it was equally long on the sides and the top, and as everything grows equally fast, I just freaking went up like a bush. It's insane. So I really didn't want to do that. That looked atrocious. Which is why it's so important for me personally to have the sides shorter than the top, because it's like gonna just look better if it's not completely going over my ears. Yeah, thank you, XL. I appreciate it. I mean, that's kind of my standard hairstyle that I go for. Not very fancy. It's just kind of the top leaving. Yeah, the top is slightly more long, slightly longer than the sides. Very nice. All right. So one thing that I was kind of excited about showing as well. Now this setting is implemented, so we can say tracker vertical spacing. Add a new setting to just wait. It's already there. Okay, never mind. And this is updated. Just go here. Yes. So that is already updated to the latest version. And what I now usually do is taking a screenshot of the settings and putting that screenshot in the reference files folder. Because basically, you guys don't know, if you were to like open up the templates folder, or rather, it doesn't matter. You go into resources, reference files, you have like a screenshot of the settings at like default. And I just want to make sure that this screenshot is completely... My hair was like 2 inches long. I call my hair long as soon as it like, yeah, just gets in the way. Usually I cut my hair as soon as it like starts covering my eyes, because I have relatively thin hair, so it's difficult for me to like kind of keep it away. And as soon as it starts covering my eyes, that's when I usually go cut it. In this case, however, as it was like coming on for the side and literally sticking out of the out to the side as it was trying to overlap my ears, it's basically gone too long on the sides, which never usually happens because it was a different hairstyle. Yeah. Let's see if this works immediately. Yes. Perfect. So no restart needed, and you guys can see this adjusts the vertical spacing if this is something you'll ever want. 1024. No, it's amazing. And you can even go fully down to 0 if you want to have dead compact mode. I'll keep it at like 8. Cool. Very, very freaking cool. So we have the spacing. And I'll do that later. I'll do the screenshotting later because I need to do that on my other monitor. And I don't want to waste time with that. So let me just put that in the notes real quick. I also disabled Bing search down here. Super convenient stuff. I don't have the freaking thing. Today I freaking went pretty far. I took both my external hard drives and backed up so many different things. Which means I'm like very, very soon ready to attempt updating to Windows 11. I have no choice. So I really, really, really need to do that soon. And I kind of was planning on doing it today, but backing up took a slight bit longer than I expected. Got that bowl cut. Yes. You do know the town. Yeah, that's not surprising. Could have blocked your vision, kinda. Yeah, anyways, it just annoyed me. And, going again. With short hair for the winter. Right here is my beautiful file. I will briefly talk through what I've added as well. So... Where is it? Spear texture. It is default. Yeah, I'll add to readme in that later. Okay. I'm not gonna bother about that. Point is now that I quickly want to go through everything that I've added. Let me just pull up my commit history online here. I know I can have the commit history through here. Actually, let's do it through here. It should just work. Show git log. Because the 455 is when it released. Yeah, because I did a 0.1 actually. I kind of cheated the version there. So, quite interestingly, I added a 1.12 reference advancements file. We'll get to that. Then also, the last version, the 455 version, actually has the checkboxes on the wrong side. I somehow shifted them over without realizing, so that's back in place, and I actually aligned it better, like a 4 pixel gap here. So these are aligned better anyways. So that's the fix for this. Then I also optimized the hover text for the optional flag. I'm not sure what I added. Optional flag is used to differentiate between different alteration of the same template. Yeah, I guess I tried to explain that better. Corrected readme. Then, big thing obviously, I added the 1.21.11 all advancements template. You can see now it automatically pre-fills from available optional flags and also available language files. So you'll never end up not having anything selected there. It will intelligently always pre-select the next best thing. So you can really not do much wrong. You obviously have the main version for the template, but you can completely configure. Like, I can have a 1.21.11 template, but my version displays as 1.19.4 here. This is why you have different version settings. Display version, optional flag. You can also just shorten this to AA, right? You have the full customizability of this. And yeah, there's a new advancement. I just named it Spear Arb. New 1.21.11 advancement. It's such an easy advancement, but whatever, it's there. And obviously, I took the spear texture from the wiki. I will change this, however, since this is a spear texture that is a much bigger file, and it's not from where I have all the other files, so I need to get that sorted once the full release is out. Then you can see I had some issues here with the GitHub Actions because they actually GitHub basically a system that I use to make the tracker available for macOS and Linux. The macOS one actually got deprecated, and I had to upgrade to a new system, so I had to get that fixed. But it is all good. It doesn't affect the tracker at all in terms of functionality. It still supports macOS 13 and upwards. It's just that I had to make it on a newer version. Rename create files to create template. Oh, right. I did. If you create a new template here, this says create template now instead of create files. That was a weird inconsistency that I noticed. And this is all stuff that I noticed through working on the video. Added turtle tips custom background textures. Right. Because you guys know you can use custom background textures right here. So if I just hit like browse, we're still in the icons here. Let's like go back to where the tracker is. Resources, GUI. It has to be within GUI, and we can select the half done and the done textures. No restart needed, and bang, you have those beautiful textures now. Obviously, they are also available within the overlay, of course. And that's very, very cool. Massive shout out to Zertle. I love those textures. Then the next thing that I did was some hover text. 1.21.11 template fully supports Chinese now, and separate log file for the overlay process and thing. Oh yeah, that's kind of important to note. And because we just open the folder where this is, you can see now there's an advanced log and there is an overlay log. I had to separate this because the logs were the overlay process and the tracker process, like both windows are separate processes, and they were both trying to write to the same log file, and this used to corrupt the log file, and it ended up having basically 3 or 4 million spaces. Nothing else. Like, it's just full of spaces. Yeah, basically just completely corrupted. Gotta find London accommodation, pain. I mean, I stayed. It's not. It wasn't long term. I mean, I only slept 2 nights there, but I stayed in a like youth hostel, and I paid like £15 for 2 nights. It was crazy, and I even got free pizza. Like, holy! And that was central London, so that was insane. But it's not a long term thing, obviously. Okay. Yeah, you can see the new textures. Obviously, if you were to ever use the same texture for multiple completion stages, then it's just confusing. Which the tracker warns you about. I've shown this before. If there's 2 the same, using the same texture for multiple states makes it hard to distinguish completion status. So yeah, that is mentioned there. And since I've changed back, there's no revert settings button. Right, that's what I did. Then what else? The debug print. Is I can tell me this is probably pre-select. Yeah, available language files. This is interesting because when you, for example, if you wanna, for whatever reason, play this advancement pack in German, or not advancement pack, but like you wanna have the German layout, the German text, then switching back to some template like CraftMine that doesn't have German. Can I actually turn? Oh, because this is. I still get confused by these drop downs myself. We're gonna select CraftMine, yeah. But if I basically go to CraftMine, it's gonna reselect default here, because it used to just be empty and not go back to default. Okay, but basically this way it makes fully sure that you always have a valid language file selected here. Right, and also the template editor doesn't allow you to delete the default template at all. That's really important to note. Yep. Oh yeah, I also updated the all trims template. MT might be happy about this. It's in 1.21.6. No, I put it in 1.21.0 basically. Yeah, the all trims template now utilizes recipes, so it doesn't show up as advancements anymore. Displays in the center row because it's still technically advancements, but it is in its own section, and that's how it's meant to be done initially, but it doesn't count as advancements anymore. That was an important change for that template specifically. And yeah, you now have the option to adjust the spacing between rows on the overlay. So we can make it wider, we can make it smaller. This like touches it immediately. This might look good for a template like this, but obviously text may overlap if you're having longer names. But this way you can force it. Same thing with the third row. So if we go back, I have the Nether Explorer here. This is outdated. This is a bit of a spoiler for the video. It's funny actually. Let's go to 21.10. Bang. And now you can see we can also adjust the third row here, make it tighter. Yeah, but you can see obviously this now results in overlapping text. But you have the option. It is up to you to avoid overlapping text. If you uncheck it, it goes back to its dynamic width calculation and takes the width that it knows for sure will avoid text overlapping. If I can do soon, yeah. No, I get that. just look at the options. I mean, I'll probably come at a trade-off of like, how far do you want to be outside of the city? And the less expensive it's gonna be. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, London proper. Yeah, you gotta check. I am still too inexperienced. I've only spent like 4 days in London, and I feel like I've learned a lot, but not remotely enough. Most importantly, I have added a 1.12 all advancements template. It is all advancements. It does utilize some older textures, and I made sure that it's kind of the textures that 1.12 has. Also with like the clownfish, different fish textures, older apple textures, older wither skull textures, blah blah blah. What's up, Seb? What's up? So we have a 1.12 all advancements texture, or all advancements template. The thing is though, as soon as I made this template and like started testing it, I realized that 1.12 is like a very weird hybrid version. And I'll show what I mean by that. Because right here, I have a 1.12 instance. We go into the folder, Minecraft, saves, advancedly. You can see it has its own advancements folder with like recipes, with advancements, whatever. But the separate stats file is still the old format with the stat.pickup.minecraft.bone. This means that this is a weird like hybrid version. Just, you know, I have no clue what you're doing. It's all good. I'm making this for a YouTube video, basically. I'm making a bit of an update. People that are interested in this, they will know. All good. The point is, this tracker did not at all work for Minecraft 1.12. Because 1.12 uses the old stats format, but the new advancements. You can also, I also added this to the version support. So if you click the version support here, you can see that 1.12 is this weird hybrid version with the old stat type, but the modern advancement. So yeah, that took a little bit because I actually had to rework quite a few things within the tracker. But now 1.12 fully works, and that is a big deal. So the latest version that is currently on my Google Drive, you can find in the Discord, the latest version now fully supports 1.12. And I also made sure that the reference files folder now gets updated through the auto updates. This was something that didn't happen before. So right here, the reference files folder is now being copied over as well. Same thing for macOS and Linux. So that's really, really important. So you get the updates there. Then added a 1.12 stats file. There was an issue with 1.16, the all advancements template not being deletable. I fixed that. And also changed readme. So, most importantly, you now have the option to not only, I already showed the spacing between the rows on the overlay, but you now have the option. Let's just go for the craft mine one because that has like everything. Bang. And now you have the option to adjust the width for, I can even remove the word width here. Let me like note that down because that's just redundant. Actually, we can change that right now. Why not? Let's quickly go into the settings. Also, if you click X on the tracker, on the overlay window, it will close everything. So let's quickly go to the settings. No, that's not the settings. That is the settings. And we should have width here somewhere. Hotkey settings. That's the hotkeys. Debug settings. Width. I'm honestly just going to remove that as well because it already says width up here. Just to... I hate redundancy. Everything that is unnecessary, get rid of it. So, and this is the big part that I wanted to show now. If you just select the craft mine template, bang, the test template, you can see pre-fills everything. You can even get rid of it. Bang. Oh, if this is empty, it will just display a dash. That's something I need to fix. Life as a developer. Okay. Twitch. That's not what I need to search for. Next step. Bang. I make sure to fix that. If I'm gonna do that now. This is the display category. Display category is empty. Remove the dash. That's gonna be important. But yeah. Craft mine. I'm just gonna put something. Craft mien. Yep, good enough. And the most important thing is... Oh! Oh, I see, because it has the same IDs now. So, I'm adding that back. Yes, okay. Okay. Even though that's something I can fix, though. Oh, I love this. It's okay. Wanted to do a longer section on this. Remove width for some width settings. Put ID for each part so it doesn't complain. You basically have to give each settings element its unique ID. It doesn't complain about this. Push ID, pop ID. But I have to do. But I'm not gonna bother about that now. Seb, welcome in. I'm not sure if I greeted you already. And now, I just quickly wanted to show the new stuff. Then we're done with this. Here, let's go for the test template. Bang. And you can just see we can adjust the width for everything individually. And if we hit enter, it just kind of does the spacing for recipes. There's not much happening for statistics. We can narrow them even further. We can get this closer and we can get this apart, but there's nothing else. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So you have the option now to adjust the width of these items individually. So this gives you so much customizability. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. And custom section width. There's no header for this section. I'll have to think about that as well. But it's cool. It's absolutely cool. There we go. I just wanted to show that. Lots of new stuff. Lots of new awesome features. And there's one more thing I want to quickly add to my to-do list. It's going to be a small fix. But I hate that there's no title for that section. Might have to rearrange the settings a little bit. Might think about that as well. Add section title for width config. Rearrange some settings. But I don't want to rearrange it too much because, like, I'm currently still in the middle of the video and it's going to be so confusing if I rearrange everything now. No, did I read the paper finally? No, I did not. Because it's just, like, not... It's not that important for me right now. Because I'm still testing the models and everything. And I don't need to write anything yet. And you can see I've put all my effort into this right now. And I've put all my effort into making the video. I just don't have time. I literally already pledged to you last time that I haven't done it yet. I'll get to it, but it's just not on my priority list. Not very high. I'm incredibly sorry. Okay, that's that. let's get into some gaming now. Whoa! What happened, Noah? What happened? Bugging you until you do it? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I will get there eventually. I'll get there eventually. But it's just way too much fun working on the tracker. Just way too much fun. And I get everything else sorted for uni. And currently I don't need to read it. So it's like, I'm not a reading person. I like promise myself that I want to do it. But it's so hard for me to motivate myself. Yes, it's interesting, but it's reading, goddammit. It's reading. And I cannot. You